Hey, family. What's going on, family? I wanted to see. Come on, y'all. Let's come on in here. Shalom, shalom, family. I had to wear my little hairpiece today. My little garb, family. What's going on? Come on in here, family. Let's talk. Y'all, first and foremost, pray for me because my mic is not acting right. So I gotta take it up to what is the place called? Guitar Center and see if they can fix it. I think it's something when I was traveling, I messed up the little input right here, like right there, this part right here. So it's not acting right. So I'm gonna have to take it up to um what is the place called? Guitar Center and see if they can fix it. Which they should. It's not I don't think it's a major fix. So come on in here, family. I wanted to talk about what's gonna happen after this election, family. This election is going to be interesting. I must say it's going to be interesting. I ran across a couple of things. I got a couple of friends that are in like government type positions. Thank you, prisoner of hope. Now I ain't gonna be wearing this hair wrap all the time. So I just did it because I like doing hair wraps, but it's hard for me to do. I need a good tutorial because I will be, you see this, family? I had to fight with this. Do you realize how much fighting this was? So I hope it don't come up, 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 up. It look like it's trying to come loose, right? It can't. Don't you do this to me, girl. All right, family, what's going on? I want to talk to everybody about what's going on in the news right now. So I'm going to play a couple of videos. And Saints, bear with me. I'm actually going to get my hair done tomorrow. Praise the Most High God. I got a beautician that works on Sunday. So pray for me. This is a bit much for me. So, family, let's see. I do want to talk about what I saw on the news, y'all. It's kind of concerning because when I ran across it, it was kind of, I'm not going to really say concerning. It was interesting. How people are taking to this election. Y'all know I've done a couple of things dealing with some of my thoughts when it comes to the election. How I think this is going to land. This is going to be very interesting where this lands because we're already in a situation where the country is a little bit, bear with me. I keep looking at this little thing right here. But where the country is already in chaos. We're in a situation where everybody's like concerned because we have a crazy president in office. And what they don't realize is this. I don't think he's finna back away. I don't think he's finna back down. What are y'all's thoughts? I don't think he's gonna back down. I think that he is going to fight tooth and nail. He ain't giving up his position too much. No, Shalom, Yaya, 144. I don't think he's gonna give up his spot, Saints. I don't. And we gotta realize too, even though, let's say that what's the other dude named Biden wins. Guess what's gonna happen? Trump still sits in office until the beginning of the year. Saints, I don't know what that's going to be about. I don't know what that's going to look like. But, I don't know what that looks like. But we all know that could be interesting. Now that looks better because it's kind of sitting out. But he's not going to walk away easy. That's all I have to say. I don't think Trump's going to walk away easy. One, I believe he's building his own militia. They're already rearing up. Some people have even said that this country is going into almost like a state of an alert. I was driving around DC yesterday and saw a couple of helicopters all over the place. I don't know if that's normal in DC, but when I saw it, I said, Friday night DC was quiet. Quiet. It wasn't too much activity going on. I've been told that they're saying that everyone needs to be prepared for what the aftermath might be after. Greetings, Pastor Johnson. What this is going to look like after he loses, because we know if he doesn't lose, I'm going to be shocked. And then you have on the other end of the spectrum of if he does not lose and he wins. You can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hit one. Hit one if y'all can hear me. Because something's going on with my mic. Can y'all hear me? Hit one. Can y'all hear me? Hit one if y'all can hear me. Let me see. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay. So I got to get my, Pastor Johnson, I was telling you, I got to get my mic fixed because I think the little USB port is kind of not acting right now. I know that's what it is. So y'all can hear me. Hit one if y'all can hear me. Okay, cool. So with that being, am I clear? Hit one if I'm clear. I got to get the mic fixed. I got to take it up to Guitar Center because for some reason the USB port is not, I don't know what it is. I know what it is. I could actually fix it myself, but I'm not because I don't want to break it. So I'm going to take it up to Guitar Center. I know somebody at Guitar Center that can fix it. Or either Best Buy can get somebody to fix it. But better is Guitar Center because they deal with audio, so they can probably fix stuff for me. But back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, you can feel the tension. You can definitely feel the tension in the air. You can feel the concern, shalom, that people are coming across right now. Trump ain't giving up his seat. He's not. He's not gonna walk away quietly. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if Trump does win, because I'm not predicting either or. If Trump does win, people are already on 10 and ready to riot about anything. I don't knock rioting. Let that be known. I don't knock protest. But right now, this is the most tense I've ever seen this country. This country is everybody's walking on eggshells. So, like I said, I had someone that kind of tell me, you know what, be careful, because there's, put it like this, it's not going to be, I don't think he's going to walk away quietly. So when he gives it up, he's going to prison. That's key. He ain't walking away quietly. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. Because I know the Most High is keeping us. But the word says also watch as well as pray. So we're supposed to be kind of watching to see what's going on. But fear, oh no, I'm not afraid. But it's going to be on and popping, y'all. So I ran across this, and y'all tell me what y'all's thoughts are. This article, and it was a couple of days ago. They keep pushing it in the media too as well. So we got to realize they're pushing it. They're pushing it, and it's putting it in people's heads. Something's about to happen. Because they're doing whole segments on the news about this civil unrest. They're concerned of another civil war. That's how I can say it. Civil unrest. What's going to happen? What is the far left going to do? What is the far right going to do? And we already know that the far right is getting, I guess, call themselves getting prepared. When you listen to some of Trump's, when he does his election thing, I can't get it out. Saints, pray for me. But when he gets ready to do his campaigning, in a lot of his campaign speeches, it's a lot of hate and a lot of it's not about electing me. It's more so about if I don't get elected. That's what vibe I get when I hear it. Like I said, they hate being uncomfortable. Hopefully he gets back in and finish that. If he gets back in, I'll be shocked. I will be shocked. I might do something election night, and we may be doing some reels. I may get some of the brothers on, and we may all do something together to talk about the election. We may do something. I'll see what I can do with the brothers. And Tuesday night, we can probably do something late and kind of talk about some of the things that's going on. Anybody knows me, I love politics. I'm sorry, don't talk about me. I like politics. I wish I would have studied it a little bit more, but I do like it. I do like it. But what I don't like is what I'm feeling right now. The media is thriving off of this. It's like they want to see unrest. I think Trump is in office and he made it in and he didn't do what he was supposed to do. They want him out. But I don't think he's going to go away quietly. I really don't think he's going to go away quietly. This is what I ran across, family. And I'm going to play it for y'all real quick. Let's see. And this came out October 27th. So they already pushing it. Media is pushing it. So it says, inside the far-right militants prepare for the election's aftermath.
Raise your hand if you think that now, more than ever in your lifetime, America's on the brink of civil war.
Clear! Clear! Ready up, back, forward.
I'm Lori Siegel in rural Michigan, where one of the largest statewide militias is preparing.
Up.
Oh, now keep in mind, I just accidentally pushed the thing to push it back. I wish there was a way I could do that. She said they're in Michigan. What just transpired in Michigan? Didn't they try to kidnap the governor in Michigan? Yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I thought they tried to. Yeah, I'm saying the same thing, Ben Hashim. I think it's a little bit of fear mongering, but I think it's real deal, something going on. But have y'all noticed in Michigan, they tried to, I think it was, let me check, let me validate, double check. Where's Jacob? I know he in here. Yep, it was a man in Michigan was charged, and I'll bring that up too. Yes, charged with planning to kidnap. So pay attention. She just said Michigan Saints. Oh, let me keep playing. I accidentally started over, but y'all be all right. Come on.
Raise your hand if you think that now, more than ever in your lifetime, America's on the brink of civil war.
Clear! Clear! Ready up, back, forward.
I'm Lori Siegel in rural Michigan, where one of the largest statewide militias is preparing.
Up.
Bang, bang. Who here believes that their rights are under attack? How many of you guys were in the military? Oh, good number. Last night at a rally, President Trump called your governor, Gretchen Whitmer, a dictator. This is after everything that's happened with the foiled plot to kidnap her. She tweeted, "This is exactly the rhetoric that has put me, my family, and other government officials' lives in danger while we try to save the lives of our fellow Americans. It needs to stop." I'm curious for your response.
So most of people in Michigan will agree with Trump because everything she's done, some of it's made sense, some of it hasn't. The minute she went against the voice of the people to repel her emergency powers, she became that dictator.
Do you worry that this is just adding fuel to the fire?
I don't think what Trump said is adding fuel to the fire. I think anything she does from this point forward that doesn't make sense or is in the good of the public will. Anything she does from here on out is going to determine if it fuels the fire or not. That's 100% on her.
You believe that it's all on her?
I believe where it goes is on her, yes.
Being the governor of a state like Michigan is going to be a hard job. But it shouldn't carry consequences like these, where if people disagree with you, they want to take your life.
I'm Lori Siegel at the Michigan State Capitol. Behind me, you have an armed group of folks. You have members of the Boogaloo Boys.
We gather here today to call on our public servants and political leaders to turn from their sin and reform their ways.
For someone who's never heard of a Boogaloo Boy, how would you explain it?
A lot of people think it's like a group or a team or a militia, when really it's more of a movement. It's people sharing ideas with each other about our individual liberties and how we need to put people before politics and see people for what we have in common.
That all sounds broadly great, right?
Yeah.
But what does that actually mean?
Basically, it's, trying to make a peaceful statement that, hey, government, we see what you're doing. We don't like it.
And the idea is that this is to help you keep peace?
Yep.
There seems to be so much tension mounting around the election. What do you think is going to happen?
I think that whatever happens, people are going to get hurt. People are going to get killed.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me end this. Hold on. Oh, y'all pray for my mama. Her nerves are bad with what's going on. She the one is like, are you in the house? Nah, pray for her. But with that being said, y'all, this is going to be interesting. The reason I wanted to play and I wanted everybody to see this, because I'm not trying to push fear, because I really believe, I know in my heart of hearts that the Most High has control over everything. But right now we see that there are a bunch of, groups called the Boogaloo Boys. Then you got the, the Proud Boys. You got these boys. You got, I don't like black people boys. I'm just joking. Yeah, they do. They call it KKK. But with that being said, guess who they gonna probably look at when all Pookie breaks loose? Us. Everything has really been directed towards us. From COVID to civil unrest, Black Lives Matter, when majority of the people in Black Lives Matter that's cutting up is not us. Everything is pointed towards us. So only a matter of time, but they getting ready to go at each other. What I've been noticing this season is Most High is we're not fighting anymore. He's turning them against each other. They're fighting amongst each other. We see that in the church. We see that in the, when I say the church, I don't mean, thank you, Eric. I don't mean the body of believers. We're talking about the church. You got not the body of believers, but those of churchianity, put it like that. You got the UA community. I look at that. They turn again at each other. I'm looking like, is the Most High causing our enemies to fight each other? Y'all notice that? They are literally ready to fight each other. They are about to go to war. And it's obvious. It's some type of civil unrest going on because no more ammo. Walmart briefly took their guns off the shelf. When I saw that, I said, wow, yeah, something going on. I know I saw it in the news that they took the ammo off of the shelf. So something is going on. And I recently heard that they put the ammo back on the shelf. But thank you, Tia. Yeah, my authentic limber look. I actually reached out to somebody from the limber community. Hopefully I can be able to cross your fingers. I don't say cross your fingers. Saints don't start. Y'all be like, that's pagan. I didn't mean to say cross. Well, I do what I want to do. Just joking. But I did kind of reach out to somebody from, just be praying, sis, family, that I can get this person on the panel. But with that being said, back to the original scheduled programming. But program. Saints, pray for me. It's Saturday night. But yeah, I mean, Walmart is literally taking their guns off the shelf. And I'm like, wow, so we're here now. Wow. That's sad. That's sad that they've come to this point. And they're at this point now where they, let me see if this works. Y'all tell me if I sound different. It might not be broke. I might just plug it up correctly. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get this fixed. Okay, do I sound different? Hit 1. Hit 2 if I don't sound any different. Hit 1 if I sound different. 2 if I sound the same. Because I got to get this mic fixed. But back to the point, now just wait for the 1s or the 2s. But yeah, something is being something is in the air. Then not to mention, oh, I sound different? Well, maybe it ain't my mic. Maybe it's just me. Maybe my computer ain't reading my mic. I sound the same. Yeah, I gotta go get this microphone fixed. I know what happened, y'all. I had it in my bag when I was in Baltimore, and I think the little thing. Okay, so all right, back to my point. But yeah, I'm going to show you another video. Hold on. I found. Let's see. Y'all, I have been told while I'm looking for this video that we need to have at least a week's, and I said this, at least a week's worth of food set aside. My daughter even saw on what was it? What was it? TikTok, that they're saying that people need to be prepared for what's to come. So let me show y'all another video.
And doesn't want us to.
That's not it. That's not the right video. Hold on. This is it. It's 11 minutes long. So now this is in Utah. It came out October 29th, 2020. And the article said, well, not the article, but the news report, it comes from the Washington Post. It says, ready for war inside an armed right-wing group in Utah. So let me go to it. Let me see. Here we go. All right, y'all ready?
Cities are going to burn. Cops are going to get killed. I hope it doesn't happen here, man. The only thing we can do is just get ready for the worst. Look. This here.
Casey Robertson sees a conflict coming. A self-employed father of 4, he watched this spring as protests for racial justice spread across the country.
I was nervous about seeing that coming to Utah. Absolutely.
And he says he saw a threat to his very way of life.
I grew up in Provo, Utah. Very conservative, religious college town. I absolutely love my neighbors. We take care of each other. Everyone watches out for each other. And we just love our way of life here. And we just want to keep our way of life the way it is right now.
The militia movement's been around in the U.S. since at least the mid-1970s. They like to present themselves as people who are arming themselves and getting prepared in various ways, all in an effort to protect their communities that they believe are under threat. The problem with that is what is a situation that goes sideways for them. Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up!
Protests this year over the police killing of George Floyd have been largely peaceful. But at a Black Lives Matter rally in Provo in June, Robertson thought he saw his fears come true.
The most violent rally they've ever been to.
The driver tore through the crowd. Shots were fired. Details were unclear. But Robertson took action immediately.
I said, nope, I'm not going to just sit here and let this happen. And I just stood up and I went into my computer and I got on Facebook and I said, this is a call to arms. We're going to come down there, come strapped, practice your Second Amendment.
With that, the Utah Citizens Alarm, or UCA, was born. Its Facebook page quickly racked up thousands of followers. 2 days later, returning protesters were met by scores of armed men.
There were other groups at this protest, armed groups who say they were here to keep peace by not allowing any protesters or anyone else to damage or vandalize property.
We had a hodgepodge, motley crew looking bunch of people. There were no rules. There were no standards. We had no policies and procedures set up. I mean, we had no clue what we were doing other than we were going to go down there and just show. And it worked.
The UCA is one of many armed groups across the country that have made headlines this year by showing up at protests for racial justice. The confrontations have sometimes turned violent, most notably in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where a 17-year-old allegedly shot and killed 2 men in August.
There has been real violence out of this movement just in recent months.
Tensions boiling over as armed men faced off with counter-demonstrators.
I mean, it's completely reasonable to be fearful of a bunch of white men carrying around long guns. This is essentially a far, far right conservative movement, conspiratorial movement, and sometimes very extreme.
It's like that picture of Malcolm X with his gun looking out the window. It's like, I get a sense of that feeling, you know, of what he felt.
John Sullivan was an organizer of the Black Lives Matter rally in Provo. A gun rights proponent himself, he is now encouraging his fellow protesters to arm themselves in response.
They need to protect themselves, not to go out and cause trouble, to protect yourselves from people specifically trying to hurt you. It's not because of the police. It's because of these militias that are coming out, harassing us, intimidating us, threatening us. If they really wanted peace, they would not stand in opposition to us. If you want peace, you would stand with us. Simple. If you're for racial equality, you would stand with us. If you're against police brutality, you would stand with us.
I've been called racist. I've been called a white supremacist from day one. They don't even know me. They know nothing about me. It's just this perception. If you show up to protect your community, you're a racist.
Not all self-styled militia groups are made up of white supremacists, but experts argue they are inseparable from America's history of racism.
It's pretty awesome. The original militia movement in modern America was created on a bedrock of racism and anti-Semitism. It sought to use the idea of political violence as a legitimate form of response to a country that had moved far beyond the days of segregation. The militia movement and the paramilitary organizations, while spouting the idea of being non-racist, seemed to intimidate, threaten, and harass civil rights leaders and civil rights activists of color disproportionately in their activities.
After racist posts on the UCA's group page, Facebook shut it down. Experts say more needs to be done.
This is too little too late. The entire technology sector ignored the issue of hate speech and extremism on its platforms really until the Charlottesville riots in 2017. It's already proliferated everywhere, whether we're talking about conspiracy theories, anti-government groups, white supremacists. It's an extraordinary amount of material that has metastasized in a short period of time, and you can't get rid of it all.
Meanwhile, the UCA has focused its attention on building its ranks through fundraising and training.
Okay, and you're going to go back down.
The drills that we're doing here today involve what we call stress shooting. I have them jog and box in place for a half a minute or so, just to get the adrenaline going and get the muscles twitchy and get their breathing up. Because what happens then is their shooting accuracy degrades.
Rick Carpenter was a police volunteer in Arizona.
We're not a bunch of thugs. We are concerned citizens who obey the law in every respect. And we are going to use the laws to the best of our advantage to help protect life, liberty, and property.
I have implied my innocence. I have implied that I acted in legal self-defense.
We believe that there are people here in Utah who are preparing to cause violence. We have seen people coming in from out of state who we have identified as Antifa. we feel that they are preparing, and so we are preparing accordingly.
There is no evidence that Antifa or other left-wing groups are a threat to Utah, and most protests here have been peaceful. But Robertson claims his group is monitoring activists.
We've got a large intelligence team right now. I won't say too much about that, but let's just say that we know a lot. We know what's going on in our communities. We know who the bad players are. We know where the potential for violence is. We're tracking everyone. So it's kind of like we want to reinvent Neighborhood Watch and just put it on steroids, man.
They're definitely not serving and protecting, because state militias, law enforcement, even security services are highly regulated by the state. So not just anyone can go out and say, I'm going to form my own militia and we're going to engage in law enforcement activities. Today, we are announcing
Mary McCord is a former Justice Department official.
Neither federal nor state law provides for private groups of individuals to arm themselves and activate as a militia. In doing so, they're usurping the role of legitimate law enforcement, and that's incredibly dangerous to public safety, and it's completely outside governmental authority.
Would you like me to get the Proud Boys? Stand back and stand by.
After Trump called on the far-right Proud Boys to stand by at the first presidential debate, their local Utah chapter held a press conference in downtown Salt Lake City. They called the UCA to help them out.
The president of the Proud Boys here in Utah asked us, UCA, to just be here in case of...
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Brother Bruce, for your wonderful cash your cash chat. Your cat, you get what I'm saying? I can't get it out. Y'all pray for me. For the $50 donation. Y'all, one thing I have to say is, he says he lives in Michigan. FBI and Michigan State Police arrested 13 Wolverine militant attempting to kidnap the governor. I heard about that. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, as I watch this, the more I'm watching this and the more I'm like, wow, this is playing out before our eyes. I'm kid y'all not, and we can go back to the video. The more I watch things transpire, the more I'm like, I'm not going to get distracted off of what's going on with, all the other communities coming at us. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because we need to be aware. Now, if nothing happens, family, praise the Most High God. But the way things are looking right now, it's not really concerning. What's up, Jason? I should have brought Jason up here because Jason is game for this. I might bring him up here when we do the whole election thing, because I may have an election conversation. And I may bring in some of my Patreon people. We sit and we talk through what's going on for our aftermath of the election. But I am going to do something. Understand that. Tuesday, be ready. Because it's obvious that something's going on. There's something in the air that you just like be aware. I notice in stores people are buying groceries, like a lot of groceries, like for real. Like I'm like, are y'all really getting? It's that you're getting that feeling in the air. I'm gonna have Jason on with me when we do something Tuesday. We're gonna talk about this election. I'm gonna pull Jason in because Jason, he real big about this. But it's gonna be interesting to watch how this very system is crumbling before our eyes. I don't care if you are Israelite, non-Israelite, if you SDA, non-SDA, if you UA, non-UA, it doesn't matter. Right now, something's going on. And we need to be watching as well as praying because my biggest concern and with my people is them being unprepared. That's why I said, do things to be prepared. Have food. Try your best. And I'm going to finish the video. Try your best, your very best, to have enough food in your house to where you don't have to go out for a little bit. Because I kid y'all not, if Trump loses this election, they're not going to take it well. And they've already said they're not going to take it well. But I'm going to finish the video. Let me finish.
If there was any kind of counter protest, we have a relationship with them where we just pick up the phone and call and talk and discuss things. And they asked us to be here, so we're here.
We don't work with police, but we do communicate with the police. So I've built relationships with some of the chiefs in some of the cities that we've been in participating. I've met them face to face. We've had conversations. If there's massive chaos and the politicians say, oh, we're not going to let our law enforcement go in and do anything. Well, we don't have that red tape.
With the election looming, these groups are facing more scrutiny. Facebook announced it will ban calls on its platform for armed groups to show up at the polls.
What is up, Facebook?
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
But the UCA just got their fan page back, and they have their eyes on November 3rd.
We'll be keeping an eye on our communities. So if there's any civil unrest or violence, then yes, we will respond and we'll be down there for that for sure. Our plan right now is completely reactionary. We will never strike first.
The proof in the belief of America is on election day, and you can use excuses that you're there and you're not going to do anything unless someone, does something wrong. But you are not a law enforcement official. You do not get to judge what is the law. You can monitor, you can report, you can weigh in, but no one needs a weapon.
And as experts now warn of political violence, Robertson says he is ready for war.
This talk of civil war has come up in multiple conversations. I've seen it on some news broadcasts. I've seen Glenn Beck talk about it. I think if Trump gets reelected, there's going to be chaos in the streets. My goal since I first started was we have till November 2nd to be ready and show that there's an opposing force in Utah if you want to come down and burn Utah down. We're trained, we're scary, and we want to be.
Yeah. And I am not a fearmonger. Anybody who knows me, I'm not. I really believe in not striking us with fear because it's enough stuff going on already. But we're in a time where it is unrest right now. I came across another report and I was going to show it. But obviously, something is looming in the air. Something is going on right now. People are upset. People are mad. They're ready to fight in the street. I saw something where I know most people don't like Bill Maher, but he did something. And he said, skip the Civil War. He was talking about it. It's all over media. It's all over media. It's just, you feel she said the lawless ones, you feel the lawlessness in the air. It takes one incident. Let's say that, because they're preparing for if Trump wins. Other sides are preparing that for if Trump doesn't win. And it takes one group in one city to set it off. One group. It takes the wrong mixture. It will take the Boogaloo Boys and Black Lives Matter, which we know possibly won't be us, to come in and get the tussling. And then once that happens, game over. Be prepared for martial law. Because it's going to spread like wildfire. Kid y'all not. And I said, that's all it takes is one thing. It's just that tense right now. You can feel the tension in the air. You can feel the tension between the Black community and the white community. You can feel it. It's almost like they're saying, if both sides are saying it can pop off. That's how they acting. And it's like, wow, this is where we are. It's going to be interesting. And again, it's not a thing of fear. Because I don't want people saying, Sister Easy, I'm not putting fear in the air. It's just something you can feel. I promise you, for the past month, for the past year, it's been crazy. 2020 has been crazy. But really, you can see, and this is key right here, 400 years. They don't believe in 400 years, but we're in 2020 and it has never been a time like this. But you can feel the tension. You can feel it. You can feel it from all sides. Have y'all seen the Asian guy that told the guy blacks were not allowed to be in his area or his neighborhood? It's like it's getting blatant now. And you're like, wow. There's a song I heard, and they played it on YouTube. It says, "Try Jesus, but not me." That's the attitude now. Like I'm not my grandparents' mentality. Like it can go down. Not to mention the movies that are being played. You know, I looked at the movie, the show I was telling y'all about. What is it called? Lovecraft Country, and it ignited something in you because it replayed every majority of the most heinous things that happened during the time of Jim Crow. It played it out in that whole movie, the show. You had the whole replay of the Tulsa. Tulsa has been really been talking about the whole Tulsa burning down of Tulsa a lot. Then they got the whole thing with Emmett Till that talked about that in the show as well. It's like those things that are coming up. There's no chill right now out of nobody. Then not to mention these Trump rallies, excuse that noise, but these Trump rallies ain't making it any better. Trump is, I like that show too. Keisha, most people don't like it, but it was quite interesting. You find out who in the show, who the monsters were. When you figure out who the monsters are in that movie, the show Lovecraft Country, it's like a wow moment. But Ben Hashim. But yeah, it's interesting. I ran across another thing. Y'all up for this? I got another video. Hit 1 if you game for this. Hit 2 if you don't want to hear nothing else about this. Stop cussing in my chat. Whoever I can't. Somebody cussing in the chat, y'all. Don't delete them. Don't delete them. But let's see. Let me show y'all. Are y'all game? Hit 1 if y'all game for another video. 2 if y'all want to change the subject. 1, okay. All right. Here's the next one. They making jokes about this. Well, no, I'm gonna show this one.
Hi there, I'm Afton.
Let me get past the commercials. I should have this queued up. Now, this is called Lex Friedman's podcast. It's called Lex Clips. And they talk about, are we headed towards a civil war? And I'll show it to y'all. There we go.
The reason I was kept bothering you to have this conversation is I'm really worried about the next couple of months. No kidding. And if there's anybody in this world that could help alleviate my worry by at least walking along with me through this worry of mine, it's you. Do you think we're headed towards some kind of civil war? Some kind of division that explodes beyond just stuff on Twitter, but something that's really destructive to the fabric of our society?
Well, I believe we're in a revolution, as you know. I've called it the no-name revolution or N-squared revolution. I've been talking about it for years. I think waiting for this to be called a civil war is not smart.
Only history will call it such. Fine.
But I think that the problem is that you're encountering things that you've never seen, trying to fit them into things that you already know.
Right.
But
history repeats itself.
Yes. Ish.
You don't see lessons from history
I do.
We see today?
But I don't see it repeating itself. You know,
What about violence?
The famous quote is that it rhymes.
It rhymes. I mean, the thing I guess I'm speaking to is violence, and we're in there. The abstraction of violence. Imagine you were coding up violence as an abstract class. Okay?
Thank you for speaking to the audience.
Trying to lose these people. Come with me.
Go on.
No. Look, I've dealt with your audience, and your audience contains the smartest people around.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if I say some stuff, first of all, any wrong thing that I'll say, they're going to detail. So that'll be a little bit of catnip to bring in the smart people. But they'll also digest it for each other. It's one of the great lessons of long form podcasting. If you don't waste all your time explaining things, that's the job of the audience to do amongst themselves. They're happy doing the work, and those who aren't, they leave. Isn't that great? They'll leave. The people who don't want to struggle will leave. You can get rid of them. I think that the point is you would want to set.
Now, Ben Hashim asked a good question. I'll put it up here. And we can go back to it. He says, civil war for what exactly? Civil war, I think right now they feel, you're talking about a community of people that in their belief system, war has always been a fabric or a part of their belief system. They've warred against so many nations that they don't have anybody else to war against, so now they're getting ready to fight against each other. And the reason I think that they're getting ready to go into a war is because they feel like their civil liberties are going to be taken away from them. One, the fear of the fact of their minority numbers are increasing daily. Then you have an economy that is at its wit's end. A lot of these people who had jobs and everything was good to go and they had happy lives are no longer happy anymore. The number of layoffs, you're talking about major companies closing down right now. You're talking about airline companies. You're talking about the brick and mortar retailer. You're talking about things that we wouldn't see close. Like I wouldn't have thought in my life, I'm gonna be real with you. Even before I came into the truth, I never thought the economy was gonna be like this. I never thought that it was gonna be a disease or a disease that shuts down the world. If you see the numbers right now of COVID, and some people I know don't believe in COVID, I kind of do. My sister just got over COVID. Praise y'all that she's good now. She's really good, but she had it, and I could hear it in her voice. So it has hit home for me. She's my younger sister, but she recuperated fast. So with that being said, it's a lot going on. It's a lot. Oh, praise y'all. Thank you, Eric. Praise y'all. Thank you, Eric. It's a lot going on. Thank you for the super chat. But it's a lot going on. You have, like I said, you have all these things going on. Their lives right now, this is not normal for them. This is not their norm. Their norm is going to work every day, coming home, going on their vacations, pretty much doing whatever they want to do. And everything that's considered norm is not norm for them. You're talking about people that are now at a point of eviction. They're losing their lives. They're losing 401ks. You know, they love 401ks. That's on the brinks of coming to a complete halt. At one time, they were getting stimulus checks to maintain and be able to keep their apartments and their places. They're losing that. If they feel like the government is not helping them and fighting, so you're getting ready to have a group of individuals to come and attack the system, because the system is almost like a virus. The virus now is attacking themselves to defend itself, and it's going to tear the whole body apart. I think I said it right. I think that's how I said it. But it's like they're attacking their own system. That's what's so funny. I'm like, this is you all system, not ours. We really don't have a lot to say, but this is y'all system. And now the system is slowly but surely falling apart. Then, like I said, you got health issues, you got people losing jobs, you got a president that does not know how to be a leader, but more so know how to be a dictator, and he wants things his way. That's the essence of that mindset, is now full-fledged in front of them. That's that mindset of, I can say whatever I want to say, I can do whatever I want to do. We get what we want, and now it's not working for them. It's not working, and it's like everything that they're fighting to keep, they can't keep. Autoimmune disease, correct. It's almost like an autoimmune disease happening within the country. Their system is attacked. They're attacking their own system because they think the system is doing something negative, but they created the monster. I mean, what else could that be? And I'm sitting and I'm watching, and I'm like, wow, I've never seen. And I'll come back to the video in a minute. I've never seen this. And I'll finish playing the video. But if you look, you hear fear. And it's like they want to say, oh, ain't nothing going to happen. Everything's going to be calm. We've seen this in history before. This is not going to. Look, show me in history where we've had a disease, war, a president that's a dictator, people losing jobs. The Depression even wasn't this bad. They're afraid to admit that this is probably worse than the Depression. Worse, because the numbers, they're not truly, they truly telling the numbers. They're not telling the numbers. And it's just at the point, right at a presidential election. A president that has said racial slurs. Then, not to mention, you got white evangelicals standing on the side. They're getting ready to fight woke church. Woke church is heresy. And it's like we're watching all these things go on, and it's like, what in the world is about to happen? And it's like we're standing on the side like, wait, hold on. Y'all don't know how to survive in the midst of this? Just keep praying. Just seek God. Make sure you don't have a little money set aside. You can't go on your vacation. You can't go to Disney. It's going to be all right. The world does not come to an end. When you're dealing with a nation of people that have lost all the time and had to rebuild, this is just like, look, this is what's going to happen. Plan B is, look, we're going to have to pull money from here. We're going to have to sell this house. We're going to have to get out of our apartment. We're going to have to go stay with our mama. We're going to have to do this to get by. That's the mindset we have as a people. What can we do just to get by until we get past this little moment in time and things get back on track? They've never had to do that. Everything has to work as planned. He said, been a shame, it's special, y'all. But it's like you watching everything play out the way it's playing out, and wow, this is real talk. Something really about to happen. But right here, this is the essence. This guy right here, I think they're trying to say nothing's wrong, y'all. Business as usual. There's no issues. Chill out. This gonna end in a little bit. Look at past history. We've been through this before. And I'm like, no, we ain't quite been through this before. I'm gonna go back and relook at some of my history books. I don't think it's been this bad. It's been like a whole bunch of stuff, like birth pains. And someone said this to me. What we're going through is almost like birth pains. At the very beginning, your contractions, it may be one contraction, and then you have a long span where you're doing good, and then another contraction. Then a long span happens, like another 30 minutes, another contraction, an hour, then another contraction. But as you get closer and closer to giving birth, the contractions are coming back to back to back to back. And that's what's going on. It's like we went where 1 minute we had stock market crash, and then, well, not crash, but we go through the whole incident back, and I think it was 2006 when the stock market was having issues, and it was a long span. Then you had another issue. Then you had another long span. It was like you had gaps there where you was just like, it ain't that bad. But like you said, the contractions are starting to get shorter. It's like every 5 minutes is something. That's how a contraction hits. Every 5 minutes. And that means you're closer and closer to giving birth. The closer. Now, I've been there before, and it ain't no good feeling. You get that one contraction, it stops for a minute, you be like, whew, okay, it ain't gonna be that bad. 30 minutes later, another contraction. Whew, wait a minute, and then you're back to normal. It don't start getting bad for you until you come out of one contraction, 2 minutes later, another contraction, 2 minutes later, another contraction, to the point that it gets to the point where you just like, I'm ready to push. That's what it looks like right now, family. These contractions are shorter and shorter and shorter. It's like I am watching the news right now, like what is about to happen. I went all week without watching the news. I do a catch up and I say, what is really going on? The more we wake up, the more things start to happen. The more the Most High brings us back to ourselves. The more you start, y'all see the pattern? People say we're crazy, but it's like, y'all don't see what's going on. It's like the moment the Most High begins to deal with our people and help us, and we began to say we're going to turn back to the Most High God and turn to Him, all this starts to happen. Saints. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. But I think his people are going to be good. I know his people are going to be good. His people are going to be good. But it's going to be enough to scare us, because I always think about this one scripture. It says that when we go back to Zion, we're going to be crying and saying, point us back to Zion. And I'm like, wait, hold on, wait a minute, point us back, crying. What happens? And that's the question I'm asking, like, y'all, what happens to make us cry? And you say, how do we get back to Zion? How do we get to Zion? What happens? Saints. So that's why I say pray for your families. I ain't scared, because I know, like I said, God has us. Yah has us. Most High has us in the midst of this. But something's going on. It's something going on. Just pray that, He keeps us and keeps us and protects us, because it is a lot going on. It is. Because they're afraid. Now I'm going to finish playing this, y'all. Let me go back to it. I know I can start talking.
Violence is defined relative to a context. So let's call it meta violence, so that we don't get into the problem with, we already have a term for physical violence, right? So we have meta violence and physical violence. I would say that physical violence is subclassed from meta violence. Meta violence is the disruption of a system. It's sort of, it's a, for example, if a cell dies, it can die through apoptosis or necrosis. Apoptosis is controlled, programmed cell death. Necrosis is just like, okay, this didn't work. That was a violent disruption of the system.
And this meta class is presumed in the documentation. Is it all negative?
No. What are you talking about? But this is part of the problem and the madness of our age, right? Which is, if you open up a drawer in your cabinet, right, in your kitchen, and you see knives, spoons, and forks, do you have a sense that the spoons are good utensils and the knives or forks are bad utensils because they're mean? I mean, like, if you start thinking in these terms, that knife is there to do violence. That's violence you want done. Right? When I cut a mango, I'm doing violence to the mango. The mango expects that I will do violence to it, because otherwise I won't be able to get the meat, and it won't get its seed spread somewhere else. So in part, violence is absolutely part of our story.
So there's this meta violence class.
Yeah.
And
so the meta violence class is already, it's a multiple inheritance pattern. Whatever's going on right now inherits from meta violence.
No, but there's certain subclasses that allow evil to emerge.
Mm.
So what I'm specifically worried about is that
what's on your mind, Lex? What's really going on?
Okay. I worry that amidst the chaos of we have these protests, or the chaos that could be created by the feeling that the election does not represent the the voice of the people, like saying that whoever gets, quote unquote, wins the election according to some kind of reporting of the numbers that come out, that's not going to represent what who people actually want to be the leader. Like something in that narrative will create so much division that people will resort to literal violence, like protests that the United States loses its united aspect. And because of that chaos and tension, evil people, evil forces, that my definition of evil is,
they can't even,
just cruel human beings use that moment to attain power, the kind of power that is ultimately goes against the ideal of the United States.
So with this being said, all in all, I'm gonna keep playing it, y'all, but you notice it's like they can't fathom, wait a minute, what's going on? They're trying to put psychology with a mix of sociology into, it's going to go away. It's going to go away. This is normal. Stay calm. And we sitting there saying, no, it ain't. And again, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I think I'm more so just talking about it because we need to talk about it. We need to see what's about to happen. I really believe that the Most High, again, has all of us covered and protected. And we're going to be able to sustain, but we got to also look at this. So they are afraid. You can see that he can't understand what's going on. So let's finish it.
That could be Donald Trump. That could be another human being. It doesn't really matter. My worry is that love doesn't win out in this. The unity doesn't win out in this. And I feel like you and I have responsibility.
No
small.
kidding. Yeah, I know.
And so how do we let love win in this moment of
we're going to
potential
have to fight
chaos?
for it.
Now we want to talk about love. Tell that to people in Tulsa. The ancestors from Tulsa. Love. Man.
You're going to have to become a fighter. You're going to have to throw some serious punches if that's what you want.
You have to be Muhammad Ali here, because the moment you start criticizing anything, you have to be a masterful communicator, because
that's why you're here. Look, Lex, in part, your decency is allowing you to do things that you couldn't otherwise do. I saw that you had Michael Malice on your podcast.
Yeah.
Now, Michael Malice is, I think, of somebody who, at his best, is extremely shrewd and insightful. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
He's also got this trolling game, which he's quite open about, and you talk to him about it, which I can't stand. And this is the idea. Oh, Grandpa doesn't get the internet. Well, I'm Grandpa. I don't get the internet. I don't love the trolling.
Yeah.
There are trolls of the past who were incredibly good. I don't see any of the modern trolls as being that kind of genius level trolling the people who deserve it in the way that they deserve it. Right now, what I see is that anything that stands up gets cut down.
Yeah.
It's like anything earnest have to turn into cynicism and a meme. And it's this idea that the people who believe that the world is chaos and has no point are constantly trying to let you know, don't try to use the internet for meaning, for decency, for goodness, because we are going to find out that that's all sanctimonious hypocrisy, and we will make you suffer. So I do think that there's a lot of sanctimonious hypocrisy in the world. Some of it mine, some of it yours, but we all have it. And the trolls somewhat remove that. But it's not a judicious, kind, constructive, compassionate, caring version most of the time. And a lot of those trolls, I have this feeling about Michael Malice, I don't know whether it's right, that there's somebody who deeply cares and loves beneath it, and that's motivating some of the trolling behavior. And you and I don't seem to be doing that. I don't see you as almost ever trolling.
Yeah, you and I'm very much against trolling.
I'm very much against trolling. It doesn't mean that it's selective. It's not even true. Like everything we say like I'm for it, I'm against it. This isn't my native language. I speak nuance. I don't speak this internet shit. And the more I have to communicate through internet shit, right? I almost never take a tweet seriously if it contains the letters LMAO, LOL, RTFL, FOL.
Mm-hmm. There's an interesting effect where people say stuff and then finish with LOL. You put it beautifully that it indicates to me that this is a person we've talked about, like why.
Okay, so I put the link in here because they go into the whole thing of they can't fathom what's going on right now. Nobody can. I can. I mean, I know if it wasn't for the Bible and understanding what has to happen, I probably would be in a concerned state. Jobs are on the line. People are afraid right now. America as a whole is not land of the home. Was it the free? It's not. And it's getting where people are scared. I wanted to play a video before I ended this. And it was a poem that's done in the movie Lovecraft. And it's called what is it called? It's called Catch the Fire. But it may be a little bit too much for YouTube because it was a bit much for me on HBO. But it talks about where is your fire, and it talks and what I got from it was like it deals with being able to fight through and not allow anything to consume you, and being able to not allow your situations to consume you. And it says, where is your fire? And it was a great poem, and when I heard it, it kind of stuck to me, and I don't want to play it because Saint's going. I'll just let y'all. I'll send y'all the link and let y'all see it. But the Tulsa. Oh, boom, yes. That right there, I want to play it. I don't know. Let me check and make sure. Because Saints, I'm not going to play it. I'll put the link in there. I'll put the link because sometimes Saints get a bit too much. But it's just, man, our people are tired. We're tired. One thing I will say, everybody in our community, everybody, if you're Israel or you're non-Israel, all of us are pretty much saying the same thing. Tired. We don't have anything else to talk about. We don't have anything else to discuss. There is no conversation. There's no mediators. There's no leaders you can talk to now. Even our own leaders, we look at them sideways, giving them the side eye. Because our true leaders, y'all, they love to always say, well, what would Dr. King do? Well, you tell me, y'all killed him. And I say this constantly. Y'all killed him. So it's like, we're at a point now where it was like, I'm tired. I believe if they tried to make us go to war and be like, y'all got to enlist, it would be a war. We're not going. And I refuse to sign cousin, daughter, anybody to fight for this country, because this country never fought for us. This country has done nothing but fight against us. And right now, it's the very system that was fighting against us now. They're fighting amongst each other. And let me always make this known. Sister E does not have a problem with a race of people. I have a problem about us. I have a problem with a system. The system of white supremacy is what I have a beef with right now. White supremacy is what has held my people back. My people have never gotten a true chance to do what they want, what they needed to do to sustain themselves, to be successful. A great example is all these communities that ultimately they destroyed when we created, our ancestors created, to be able to have their own economy as digital. So it's like we have nothing else to talk about. We don't. We just gonna wait for it. We're gonna just crowd. Yeah, that's all. We're at that point now. For those that say God, some say God. Yeah, we're all done. It's like we're done. We have nothing else to talk about. And anybody in our community said, let's go to the table and talk. For what? What has talking got us? Where? It hasn't gotten us anywhere. But more frustrated, and it gives them enough time, buys them enough time to do more against us. You know, we promise y'all this. And we say, yeah. And then they say, okay, we got enough time to do some more stuff to them. It's like enough is enough. No longer will you use us and my people as a means to be able to build wealth off of, if it be post or pre-slavery or during slavery. In every essence of the word, they've made money off of us. If by way of the jail system, if it's by the way of slavery, I mean, it's just like we have literally just checked out. And I see it and I feel it amongst the Black community. It's like we've checked out. We're looking for anything to save. Some folks look for anything to save us. Look for a spaceship. We're looking for anything. Yeah, I mean, I hear some people in the comedic community talking about a spaceship. I said, Saints, they got tired. They looking for some aliens to come get them. That's how bad it's gotten for the Black community. Like, we done. You know, we looking for Christ to come and crack that sky. It's like, you looking up like, when you gonna crack that sky? Because it's like we're tired. We tired. I mean, I don't want to see my children or my child go through this. I want them to have a chance. And we know we've tried. It's like we did everything y'all said do. Y'all's way. And guess what? Why's my little green baby? I just realized it. It's right behind me. It's like still hadn't got us anywhere. It's like and I think I feel it across all communities. We're tired. And anybody that want to stay here, they can. I'm not making nobody go. But man, Saints down to the point where they just like, if spaceships come, we good. Long as some come get us. It's like, I heard somebody talk about spaceships. It's like, can y'all quit talking about spaceships? But it's like, look, anything got to be better than this. And everybody's like, well, y'all living good, y'all eating good. We're eating good and living good because we're having to live by a system and a code. We can't buck the system of the code. Or we don't eat. Our families don't eat. It's like now we're tired of the system. It's like, it's got to be something out there in this world that's a lot better than this system. Even Africa fighting. Africa, like, we done. We done. Game over. Let's fight. Africa's like, I'm done. But I mean, they fed us a dream. And even Dr. King said that, you know, what did he say? Through his dream, he has pretty much put his people in a burning building. I gotta go find that one. But Dr. King, you could tell towards the end, you could tell that towards the end, in that speech he did, that he knew he had led his people into a burning building by integrating. And he dealt with it towards the end, and you could tell. But yeah, family, folks tired. Everybody's like, stay here for wealth. What wealth? They're gonna take it from us. Soon as we build, these folks is buying these communities within the U.S., I wish I would. Yeah, his dream became a nightmare. That's exactly what he said. I wish I would. These people that are buying these plots of land saying they done bought a plot, we're still in their country. If they want to take that land from us, they can. We saw that with Tulsa. We saw that with Rosewood. We saw that with all these towns that were well put together. And something got my eye. And they went in and they got mad, they got jealous, and took it from them. Y'all ain't seen me without my glasses on a good little minute. But they took it from them. So as a people, we're tired. The only thing we're looking at now is like point us to Zion. That's the mindset that I'm noticing that our people have, and it's just like we ain't got nothing else to talk about. Show us to Zion. Promise you, Christ crack that sky right now, I would be good and I'd be like ready to go. I told my daughter, I said, it's like we waiting for, you know how a kid is waiting for their parents, and the more and more and more they tired of the crazy babysitter, the more they looking out the door like, when is he or she coming? I'm ready to go home. That's how most Black people are. They like, I'm done. I'm waiting. This babysitter here is crazy. Father, when you coming to get me? But he's gonna come in due time. He's coming. He's coming in time. But it ain't like. And what's so interesting is it's like, oh, every decade, there's always a community of people saying Christ's coming. No, it's quite a few of us. It ain't just about 1,000 people in a community. It's a lot of us is saying something's about to happen. He on his way. But it's like, which way to Zion? So, well, family, I don't want to keep y'all too late. I just want to kind of talk and let y'all see what I saw. Some of the stuff I saw in the news that was kind of interesting. Everybody ready to go curious. I had a dream that I was living in a brownstone, a big brownstone in Africa. I don't know where that dream came from, but it was a nice place. And I was showing people my house, and I was just like, I'm in Africa. So it was an interesting dream. And I'm not saying Africa is the fine. I don't know. I believe that Africa is going to be where we're going to chill out at, but I don't know. I don't. I never say I know. But I'm like that. Point me to Zion. I'm ready. This system is just, it's so convoluted right now. You're just like, it's made to put you in slavery, just about. So, yeah, a lot of people getting there. Like, when are we leaving? We done. Okay, Father, we sorry. We sorry for what our ancestors did. Please come get us. We sorry. We ain't gonna act up no more. I promise you, that's how some of us are. Like, look, we know they could have. Yep, I saw that too. Wait. I don't want to forget about that. Yes, I saw that. Julius Malema, Yacoba showed me the article. Where Julius Malema called us the Jews. It was very interesting. Very interesting. I wish I could find it real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna switch subjects real quick because he brought up Julius Malema calling us the Jews. Yep. Hold on, y'all. Even Africa coming to the awakening. Some of them folks over there like, yep, we the people. Hold on. And then we finna go. I think it was there we go. I found it. I found it. Oh, I found it, family. I was just found it. Have y'all heard about that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna pray for my people. Have y'all heard about that? Julius Malema saying that we are the Jews. Have y'all seen that? Hit 1 for yes, 2 for no. Yep, 35 minutes. I'm right on. Let me show y'all. I didn't watch this. I'm right on the mark. He said 35 minutes. I had already started watching it. Hold on. Have y'all seen it? Yes or no if y'all seen it. 1, yes, 2, no. Okay. All right. 2, no. Okay, I'm going to let y'all see it. I'm finna play it real quick. Oh, Ron doing a live right now too. Everybody busy tonight. I'm gonna play this real quick, y'all. I didn't switch subjects. Saints made me switch subjects. Here we go. Now I pray don't nobody do nothing here. Here we go.
And to use language and to divide us. Medicine in Shona is Mushoga. Medicine in Venda is Mushoga. We are one thing, we speak one language, the difference is dialect, and therefore we cannot pay attention on dialect. You know why they hate me? Because I'm teaching you these things. They want you to remain dumb because without brains, they can control you. But when we are united as Africans, no one can come between us and divide us. So let us fight until we know who we are. Because what they did was to take our identity. One day I will tell you why I'm Mushabi. Mushabi are black Jews. But not today. I'll explain to you why I'm a black Jew. Because we come from very far. Where these Jews claim they come from, that's where we come from. Actually, the original Jew is black. But let me leave that debate. We'll deal with it some other day. So before you speak very bad of the Jews in Britain, you must check you are next to Mushabi. Mole, Bible said. So you must be careful. You ought to know who you are to avoid being manipulated by those who thrive through divide and rule. So, comrades, our case is postponed to.
See? This awakening is no joke. When Yacoba showed me this, because Yacoba showed us this. We in a chat group. Me, Yacoba, Teo, and Dante. All of us are kind of like in this. I told y'all in this chat group and Facebook Messenger. We all talk all day long. But I think Yacoba, it was either Yacoba or Teo posted it. And hey, Elephant Man Podcast Network. But when he said it and I went to it, I was like, wow. Okay, I'm going to post the link. And you got to go to the 35-minute mark. The 35-minute mark. Here it is, the link to it. So, oh, wow. I told y'all. Wait a minute. I told y'all. Yep, they taking all the ammo down. Go listen to it. But he said the Mushabi are black Jews. Now, keep in mind, UA folks better not go and do what they always do. They gonna go and change the words and be like, well, he didn't mean Jew, or Mushabi means this. He was just saying they were supposed, you know how they do. Saints go and do it. They need to learn how to just give up. Just say, I'm done. I'm not fighting them no more. Y'all fight them. But the awakening is happening. They cannot stop this. They can't stop something that Yah has already predestined to happen. But people like Vocab, who are Calvinists, they believe that there's a chosen people, but they don't believe it's physical Israel. They believe it's the chosen people within what they call Calvinism, predestined to be saved. You lose your salvation. That's the stuff that Calvinists believe in. Like, you can be saved, once saved, always saved. I'm like, wow. So that's why they don't too much care for us. But he said Mushabin means equals black Jews. So we can look into a family. I think it's an awakening happening all over the world. All over the world. It ain't just here. You got the UK, there's an awakening. You know, that's where Thoughts Camera Action is from. You got the awakening here. You got the awakening in Africa. You have the awakening happening all over the world. At first, it would, they talk about this big awakening that happened in the 80s. I don't think it's happening as big as it is now. It's bigger. I mean, all over the world, they're all saying the same things. That's why they're attacking people like me, Pastor Kelly, Dante, Teo, Yacoba, Majors, all of us. They're attacking it because they can't take it. They don't want to hear it. But with that said, I'm glad that we ended it on this note. I wanted to play that poem. I'm not gonna play it from the show because it's a bit much to watch. But I'll play the poem itself. It's an amazing poem, and we can end it on this. Okay, here it is, and you don't have to hear. See, it's going to be serious. So, let me make sure I got the right thing. Let me see. Here it is. What? Hold on, let me find the poem. I'm gonna have to play the one from Lovecraft, so don't nobody start. Because if y'all start, I'm gonna finish it. So don't be talking crazy, but I'm just joking. But listen to this poem, y'all. I love this poem. It's beautiful. Y'all don't start. I'm gonna play it.
Sometimes I wonder what to say to you now in the soft afternoon air as you hold us all in a single death. I say, where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? You got to find it and pass it on. You got to find it and pass it on from you to me, from me to her, from her to him, from the son to the father, from the brother to the sister, from the daughter to the mother, from the mother to the child. I say, where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? Can't you smell it coming out of our past? The fire of living, not dying. The fire of loving, not killing. The fire of blackness, not gangster shadows. Where is our beautiful fire that gave light to the world? The fire of pyramids, the fire that burned through the holes of slave ships and made us breathe. The fire that made guts into chitlins. The fire that took rhythms and made jazz. The fire of sit-ins and marches that made us jump boundaries and barriers. The fire that took street talk and sounds and made righteous impotent rap. Where is your fire? The torch of life, full of Nzinga and Nat Turner and Garvey and Du Bois and Fannie Lou Hamer and Martin and Malcolm and Mandela. Sister, 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 brother, 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 come, catch your fire, don't kill, hold your fire, don't kill, learn your fire, don't kill, be the fire, don't kill, catch the fire, and burn with eyes that see our souls walking, singing, yeah, building, laughing, learning, yes, loving, yes, teaching, being, hey, young brother, hey, young sister, here is my hand, catch the fire and live,
So when I first heard that poem, and I'm gonna end it on that note, I heard the poem when I was in college, and it says, "Where is your fire?" And when I heard it again when the movie came on, and I was like, "Wow, I've heard that before." And what it's saying, where is your drive? Where is your initiative? Where is your fire? How can we keep moving as a people, not allowing things to happen around us for us to lose that, to lose what's in us, to lose what the Most High has put in us? So many people have lost that. They've allowed the world to take away what God has given them. God is giving them a heart to keep moving. God has given us a fire and a desire to keep moving. We are a people that you can tear us down, do whatever you want to do, but we'll keep going. We don't stop. And the Most High has put something in every single one of us to keep going, to keep moving, to keep living, to keep searching Him, keep loving one another. I tell someone, I said, if it was not for what the Most High has put in us, we were supposed to be destroyed as a people. But He obviously put something in us great for us to say, let's keep moving. Many nations wouldn't have been able to survive or sustain after what we've endured as a people. We've endured heartache, we've endured slavery. By the way of transatlantic slave trade, we were supposed to be destroyed as a people. Most people wouldn't have survived. Most cultures wouldn't have survived off of that. And in spite of that, when we were pulled out of when we were released technically from slavery, we still were able to build communities from nothing. From nothing. We were able to continue on with nothing. When they destroyed our communities, we kept going. When they killed our leaders, we kept going. When they killed our dreams and our desires, we kept going. When they saw us, when we saw our brothers in the street being killed on the news, we kept going. We keep going. And we're a peculiar people. People are watching us and like, they should be gone by now. They should be dead as a people. When you look at the things that they did to us, there was a mother during the days of slavery that had to that possibly saw their child eaten up by alligators, because you were alligator bait. Our babies was alligator bait. You know, you saw a mother being torn away from their child, a father being torn away from their families. We saw things. Our ancestors saw things, but guess what? We kept going. Then after that, you had so much going on, but we kept going. We kept going. We never stopped. And we won't stop. And that's what they can't understand. We ain't going to stop. We're going to keep going, because what the Most High put in us, they can't kill it. So most people look at that poem and be like, oh, stop, y'all. Close your eyes for a minute and hear what she's saying. We as a people have to communicate. We communicate through poetry. We communicate through music. Understand what she means is, where is your fire? Where is your spirit? The spirit that He's put in you to keep you going. To keep you going. To keep you going. That's the spirit that He's put in us. So, family, I wanted to say that. Keep going. What we're probably about to see is going to probably scare some people. We as a people have to keep going. They can't kill our hope. They can't kill it. They can't kill our walk. They can't kill our love. Because she said, love. Our people are supposed to hate everybody walking. That's one thing I want to say. What they put us through, we're supposed to hate everybody. What we do? We still love. Even though we see some people seeing their babies in the middle of the street, it's like, well, look at the crime rate. It's a product of our environment. Those children that are doing what they're doing in the middle of the street to each other, killing each other, it's a product of our environment. They're mad and they're taking it out on one another. This is why the Most High God has to take us the heart of stone away and replace it with the heart of flesh. He has to. That's prophecy. He has to. Most High is going to have to change us. Most High is going to have to heal us. You know, a whole nation of people that have endured. Oh my God. We're just talking about 400 years, just 400 years. We ain't talking about what happened prior to, because a lot happened prior to. But the things it's generational. The generational baggage we're carrying is the generational baggage that started when our first ancestor came off that ship. Think about the things, buck breaking. Think about a woman standing there and her children watching her husband be raped by another man. Man, that right there, I was like, wow. They hid it. They hid a lot of history from us. They hid a lot of history. But the Most High exposed it because it was the season to expose it. When you look at, it's been 2,000 plus years. When you look at buck breaking, gator bait, gynecology was created off of a slave master taking slave women and practicing certain things so he can become the doctor of gynecology. It was because of a slave woman having to endure procedures with no medication. Man, this president that started this country, well, the first president of this country, not started, but the first president of this country, George Washington, had human teeth. Where do you think he got those teeth from? Nat Turner was portrayed as being a killer, and he was just tired. I heard someone, I think I heard Cherry talk about Nat Turner. I'm sitting there saying, when they do with it, you get put in that position and you tell me how you feel. It made me mad. I won't ever go against what Nat Turner. Nat Turner was fed up. He's like, enough is enough. They drank the blood of our ancestors. They ate our ancestors, boiled them alive. And they would boil them alive for medication because they felt like our blood, our bodies had something in us that they wanted as far as medication. You know that they boil people alive, our people alive. We're not going to talk about what happened in those breeding farms. Breeding farms where a young man would have a sack on his head and his mama would have a sack on her head. They would know that they were breeding with each other. They bred us like we were dogs. Man. Yeah, the punch bowl, devil's punch bowl. Burned alive, hung. Not to mention the fear after slavery that you wasn't lynched or your son wasn't lynched because he probably looked at somebody wrong. I think about that little boy who, and I forgot his name, and I did a show on him and they shut the channel. They shut my screen off. The young man that was executed. He was very young. I think he was like 11. And they accused him of killing little white girls, and he didn't. But they executed him. They said he was so small that they had to almost put phone books or something in the electric chair. That the cap that would go on the electric chair didn't fit on his head because his head was too small because he was a child. Wow. And you ain't saying we ain't the people. Man, most people wouldn't have been able to endure. Most High has kept us for a reason. You are important to Israel, and he loves you. And that's what they mad about. They would rather say we all the same than to say we are important to God. We are important to him. He loves us. Anybody thank you so much, Johnny Bell, for your super chat. That's the problem. They looking at us like, y'all ain't no better. You the same as us. Is your struggle the same? No, we don't have the same struggle. So don't compare your struggle, me and you being the same, because we're not the same. But that's the problem, Israel. They're mad because how dare you say you're important to him? You get what I'm saying? They hadn't questioned the people in Israel because they look like them. But us, no. Y'all beasts of the field. Y'all savages. Y'all can't be the people of God. How dare you? They've literally made it seem like it's a sin to open your mouth to say you are God's chosen people. Israel, you're God's chosen people, and he loves you. Don't even realize that some of us are just saying he loves us. You know, some people were sitting there saying, God, do you love us? Look at all the stuff that's happening. And now we're looking at it and we're looking behind the veil, and he's showing us, no, I loved y'all. I've always loved y'all. I always loved y'all. But so I'm not taking anything from it, y'all. Keep going. Let them talk about us. We look into him. He loves us. I don't care nothing about what these folks are saying, because we are his people. We are his people. Set apart people. Chosen people of God. So while we're the chosen, be the light. Show them that love, that in spite of what you all have done to my people, we still walk in love. This is what the Most High wants to see in us. That love. Nobody understands that. Let him fight your battles. The word of God says, the vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Let him fight it, not us. Walk in love. Be the light. Point them to the Messiah. Just know, Israel. Just know that he's coming soon, and he's going to save us, and he's going to take us out of this. And that's how I feel about it. I feel like he's right at the cusp of just coming in and saving us out of this. If anybody needs saving, it's us right now. So I don't care what anybody says. You're Israel. You Israel, and he loves you. He loves you, Israel. World don't want you to know he loves you. The world wants you to just think, oh, you ain't no better than us. He loves you, Israel. He loves you. He's always loved us. He never stopped loving us. We are the apple of his eye. Thank you. So Saints mad right now, but every single time they fight us, it falls. Have y'all noticed every single time they come, it falls? They keep fighting, it keep falling. But the thing is, Israel, we have to let him fight. Let him talk about you. Let him talk about me. Let him talk about Dante. Let him talk. Well, Dante gonna talk crazy anyway, but it's just Dante. I'm just joking. But every time they come for us, they fall in their own trap. And we just stand there and we watch. We watch. This is why he says, let me fight them. Y'all don't have to fight them. But I wanted to say that Israel, he loves you. He loves you. Cry out to him in this time, in this season we're in right now. Because he wants us to cry out to him. He's going to keep us. It's going to be like the days of Moses when the death angel was coming by. The blood now is no longer the physical blood of an animal, but it's the blood of Christ, our Savior. That's our blood. That's going to be on our doorpost so that the death angel can pass us. The blood of Jesus Christ, Yeshua Mashiach. That's the blood that's going to cover us in the midst of this. Ain't going to be no physical animal. It's going to be it's the Savior that's going to make that death angel pass us, because the death angel is coming through. Just make sure you're covered so he can pass you. He's going to keep us. He is our deliverer. No man can deliver us. But he is our salvation. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that, Israel. I know it's been a rough week. People coming at us, and they're going to come at us more. They're going to come. They're not done. They're not done. They're not done. They're going to keep coming. But the more they come, the more the Most High is going to fight for us. Stand still and see the salvation of Yah. Stand still, Israel, and we will see the salvation of Yah. It's not for us to fight. It's for us to stand and watch him. So, Israel, I'm praying for y'all. Y'all pray for us. We're going to do this live on Tuesday and watch how everything goes about. It's going to be interesting on Tuesday, Saints. It's going to be real interesting, but we're going to see. But I just want to say that to the family. And when I say Israel, some who don't even admit to be Israel, I'm talking about his people. I got them Hellenized Jews sitting out there, Hellenized Israelites. I'm just joking, but he's there for us. He just wants us to submit to him. Submit to him. Submit to Jesus Christ as your Savior, or Yeshua HaMashiach as your Savior. He's our Savior. He's our salvation. Ain't nothing we can do but trust him and keep following him, his ways. So what's up, Azar? No weapon formed against us shall prosper. That's key. That's key. The battle is not ours, but it's his. Man. But we have to stand still and see the salvation of Yah. See the salvation of Yah. See the salvation of Yah. I just want to put this on the board real quick and let y'all see this before I cut out for the evening. What time is it? I gotta wash my hair. Second Chronicles 7:14. It says, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and I will heal their land. So family, I thank y'all. Y'all get the likes up. Isaiah is funny. He is funny. He was funny. But y'all just keep on. Y'all keep praying. Y'all keep seeking him. Y'all keep loving. We were made for this. This is a time in life where we're going to have to stand. Some ain't going to make it to see it. Some will. But we're going to have to stand. Here come my dog. She in here. She tired. Look. Leave me alone. She like, wait. I'm ready to go outside. Y'all saw my dog. She didn't walked in here. I don't know. I left that door open. But yeah. Yeah. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep praying. Gotta keep moving. So, family, I am getting ready to go. Well, actually, I gotta walk my mutt. She came in here. I'm getting ready to go and get ready for tomorrow. What time is it? Ooh, it's 1 o'clock. Just stay in prayer for all of us, and y'all pray for I'm praying for y'all. I know that y'all, that's my dog. That's my puppy. She thinks she's a small dog, and she is not small. She's trained. I trained her myself. She know better. She know house rules. But like I said, y'all keep us in your prayers, and we're gonna be praying for y'all. I know Shandi is doing the fast. I think she's doing it. I think she's doing it on the 3rd. I gotta go back and see. Go check her page out, and I say we all need to participate in it, fast and pray. I'll be doing something like I said on Tuesday. I set up a panel. We all kind of we'll all do something together as we talk through the election, because it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting day. As if you ain't doing nothing, I'll pull you up here too, sir. I'm talking about Tuesday night. I know Tuesday night a lot of people have Bible study, so Yeah, she let me know she got to go outside. She's standing in front of the thing, just whining. But y'all keep us in your prayers. Thank y'all for supporting every single one of us. Thank you all for all the super chats. Thank y'all for all the cash apps. I don't talk about the people with the cash apps. I get cash apps from a lot of people. I get them from Donna. I can't call out all the cash apps right now. I may do somewhere I call them all out because there are a lot of people that bless me with cash apps, and understand that every little bit of cash app gets set to the side. In fact, I'm using it to go get the mic fixed. Donna, okay, I'm coming. Donna, Wibberly, she blesses me constantly. So I want to thank her. Thank everybody else who also blesses me with cash apps, everything. Y'all are a blessing. And if it wasn't the cash apps, I'd still be doing this. Or the super chats, I still be doing this because I love his people, and I pray that his people. All right, ma'am, I'm coming. Oh, my dog is real. She like, I got to go. But y'all have blessed me, and I love everyone. Love y'all with the love of y'all. Y'all keep going. Y'all keep moving. It's gonna be on Tuesday night. We getting ready to go live. Be ready. I'm gonna go find Yacoba. I'm gonna go find Dante. We're gonna do a live stream on Tuesday to talk about what happens because it might be interesting. So, family, thank y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. God loves y'all, and He is coming to save His people. So, God bless y'all, and good night, family.